Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz, and it's a wonderful Thursday. And what are we doing? We're shopping. We're shopping for player props. That's what we do here. I'm going to be looking at the NBA Finals game that's going on between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. But just let's think about it and talk about how we got here, man. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, ever since the late additions of those two players, Gafford and PJ Washington, they've been putting a beating on the Western Conference out there, and they stamped their way onto the finals. The Boston Celtics, they've been kind of penciled in to get there, all year long, and just based off the Eastern Conference not being as strong as they were, the Milwaukee Bucks had problems and stuff. You were competing with people like the Indiana Pacers, for the real challenging spot, and you see who prevailed. The Boston Celtics, they're supposed to be here. Why? Because the Boston Celtics is like the Denver Nuggets to me, man. They are a team that's been around that, championship pedigree for the last 3 to 4 or 5 years, with the same team, same nucleus and stuff like that. So now it's their time, right? We'll see who gets it out. But, hey, I'm not going to be giving you a best bet on, who's going to win the series or anything. But I do like the games to go over 5.5 games total in the series. So I did bet that to start off with. Then I bet Kyrie Irving to be the MVP. Yep, I sure did. Now, look, let's go ahead and get it started. I got player props to get you guys paid today. I'm going to be going over my point props. And then I'm going to bounce back and give you guys my best rebound and player props to get on top. And, see how we can put some money in your pocket on some double-doubles. Now, look, this is how it goes. I come up with my player props, then I head on over to the Sports Chat Plays betting tools, and I see if they're with me or against me. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. First player prop that I like, I'm going to be looking at the Boston Celtics big guy, Kristaps Porzingis. I bet him over 15.5 points. Now, he's at 16.5 points. First game back from, being on the sideline for a while, right? I get it. A lot of people is going to have questions. He's going to throw off the offensive rhythm. He is. But when you're an offensive piece like that, you know that you're here to contribute. He's not going to be a guy out there saying, hey, let me not mess up the rhythm and not shoot the ball. He knows he's just as good as the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics is just as good when Kristaps Porzingis is out there dropping buckets, giving you rebounds, giving you blocks, and three-pointers. I actually think that this team, with Kristaps Porzingis, the addition of him, man, they're the ones that should be favored to win. The way that he plays, it's that third player that they actually need out there too. It could get easy buckets. I'm taking Kristaps Porzingis over 16.5 points. It's me versus the betting tools. Player prop number 2, I'm going to be looking at Jason Tatum. I'm taking him over 27 points in this spot, okay? Now look, Jaylen Brown just won, the Eastern Conference Finals or something, MVP? Look, Jason Tatum, he gonna come out here. He knows the whispering. He knows the talking. Jason Tatum needs to show up, because if the Boston Celtics lose, they gonna be pointing the finger at Jason Tatum. I'm taking him over 27 points in this spot. Him versus Luka, look for them to really match up. Player prop number 3, speaking of Jaylen Brown, let's take him in this spot. We're taking him over 23 points. He's been able to hit this for us at an 80% clip. 4 out of his last 5 times that we played this prop, you only lost once. Player prop number 4. Revenge spot. Who? Kristaps Porzingis is getting revenge against Dallas Mavericks. And guess who's getting revenge against the Boston Celtics? Kyrie Irving. We're taking him over 23 points in this one. He's been able to hit this for us at an 80% clip. Now look, the last series went a little bit silent. Had like two good games. No, he had 3 good games. It's just this. He didn't hit his point prop in a lot of those, This one, though, I think he's going to come out there and be really assertive, man. Like I said, revenge spot against Boston. I think he wants to be that MVP of the series. Luka, man, you got more years to get that if you can. So I'm taking Kyrie Irving over 23 points, hitting at a 60% clip. Player prop number 5. Give me Derek Lively over 8.5 points, hitting at an 80% clip. Yes, man. This player reminds me of Blake Griffin and Chris Paul with Lob City. This guy's just catching lobs out the sky, and Luka's just throwing them. No look pass, no look pass, no look pass. Then he gets the offensive rebound, and what happens? He gets fouled going up. Bam, he's at the free throw line. He's getting free throws too. I'm taking Derek Lively over 8.5 points, hitting at an 80% clip. Next player prop that I like, I'm staying down low with the big man for the Dallas Mavericks, because they've been getting highlighted, and they've been getting, showing, hey, they can go out there and get buckets too, because they're getting them offensively. And not just that, you got a point guard, Luka Doncic, who's not scared to pass the ball, man. He's averaging 8.5 assists. Give me Gafford over 8.5 points in this spot. He's been able to hit this at an 80% clip. 4 out of his last 5 times he went over 8.5 points, okay? Now look, those are the scoring points props for the players that I like, all right? You can parlay a few together, or me, I'm betting them all individually. And then I'm going to parlay 2 of my best ones. Now look, let's go over the rebounding props. I scoured all the rebounding props and went over the best ones for you guys to get on top. First off, I got to go with Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. I mean, he's been one of the more consistent rebounders for the Boston Celtics out there, hitting his rebound prop for us. Next, I'm going to be looking at Kristaps Porzingis over 6.5 rebounds. A guy that size, that ball's just going to fall in his hand. I could see him getting 3 rebounds in the first quarter. Then I could see him getting 6 by halftime. And then, first 5 minutes of the third quarter, he gives us that 7. We're taking him over 6.5 rebounds in this spot. My next rebounding prop that I like is Derek Lively over 7.5 rebounds. This is one of my favorite ones. He's been hitting this at an 80% clip. He's a rebounder out there. He's getting them on offensively and defensively. Then I'm taking Gafford over his rebounding prop at 5.5 too, hitting at a 60% clip. Now look, I got 2 baseball player props to get you on top. Give me Pablo Lopez over 5.5 Ks, hitting at a 60% clip. Give me Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases, hitting at an 80% clip. Sprinkle on his home run. Both those teams are facing each other. Pablo Lopez taking on the New York Yankees. My Yankees taking on them Pablo Lopez's, you know, man, the Twins. Now, let's go over the recap. Porzingis over 16.5, Tatum over 27, Brown over 23, Irvin over 23, Lively over 8.5, Gafford over 8.5. Luka Doncic. Sorry, we didn't even go over him. My bad. We're taking Luka Doncic over 31 points, hitting at an 80% clip. And then we're taking Luka Doncic over 8.5 assists also. Okay. Rebounding prop. Porzingis over 6.5. Tatum over 9.5. Lively over 7.5. Gafford over 5.5. We're taking Pablo Lopez over 5.5 Ks. Aaron Judge over 1.5 total bases. Sprinkle on a home run. Millz here, part of Pick Dawgz. Watch my UFC video. Bet with me.